The breaking moment. 7.9 million uploads light up the internet. It was barely past midnight in Seoul when the first wave hit. A simple tweet, #Taehyung Day 2025 begins now, ignited a global firestorm of love that would soon make digital history. Within hours, timelines flooded with photos, edits, art pieces, and heartfelt letters. By dawn, there were 7.9 million uploads dedicated solely to one man, Kim Taehyung, known to millions as V of BTS. The digital sky glowed purple across every corner of the world. Fans from Jakarta to London, Sao Paulo to Tokyo, united under the same emotion, celebration. It wasn't just another birthday or milestone. It felt like a worldwide festival, spontaneous, passionate, and overwhelming in its scale. Every platform trembled. Twitter's trending list was a solid wall of purple hearts and Taehyung hashtags. Instagram reels overflowed with slow-motion edits of his smile. TikTok challenges spread like wildfire, with fans recreating his signature looks and performances. News agencies began picking up the phenomenon within an hour. 7.9 million uploads for Kim Taehyung, a record in fan dedication, one outlet announced. Others called it the biggest single-person celebration of the year. The sheer volume of uploads was mind-bending. Analysts calculated that during the peak hour, over 3,000 posts were uploaded every second, a living digital storm of affection. "It's beyond fandom," a social media expert commented. "It's a global love movement." How it all began, a global call to celebrate Taehyung. The roots of this massive event were making in the weeks. Behind the scenes, fan bases worked in perfect harmony. Twitter accounts from fan communities in Korea, the Philippines, India, Brazil, France, and the United States had quietly synchronized their plans. They called it Project Purple Wave 2025. The goal was simple but powerful: flood the internet with positive, creative tributes for Kim Taehyung on a single day, creating a digital phenomenon unlike any before. "Taehyung gave us art, beauty, comfort, and healing," said @Tae Global Union, one of the largest fan coordinators. "We wanted to give something back, something that shows how vast and deep his impact truly is." Fans began preparing days in advance. Some designed posters, others made short films or re-edited music clips. Many scheduled posts using automation tools so that uploads would roll out simultaneously across time zones. The plan was executed with near military precision, the kind only seen in the most devoted fan communities. At 000 KST, the wave began. By 0200, global hashtags like 7.9 million for V, We Celebrate Taehyung, and Our Eternal Artist V were dominating trends in 50-plus countries. It wasn't just numbers, it was unity. From art students to office workers, doctors to soldiers, millions paused their daily lives to participate. "He's more than a celebrity," one fan from Argentina said. "He's an inspiration that connects us." Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, platforms overloaded with love. Social media platforms weren't ready for what came next. Twitter's algorithm glitched multiple times as hashtags surpassed worldwide trends limits within minutes. On Instagram, fan accounts posted collages of Taehyung's most iconic photos, from his layover era to his military uniform moments that melted the world's heart. Some posts gathered over 10 million likes in a single day, dwarfing even corporate promotions or global events. TikTok saw a tsunami of creativity. Fans danced to Love Me Again, recreated scenes from his slow dancing MV, and even made AI-generated art tributes. The hashtag Taehyung Day 2025 hit 15 billion views within hours, an unprecedented figure for a solo artist celebration. Data trackers confirmed that engagement levels on Taehyung-related posts surpassed those of any K-pop idol that year. Even media giants like Forbes, Billboard, and Rolling Stone joined in to cover the moment. Kim Taehyung doesn't just trend, he reshapes the internet every time he appears. Art, music, and messages. Fans turn love into creativity. Beyond the numbers, it was the creativity that defined this day. Fans didn't just upload, they created. Digital artists painted portraits of Taehyung with cosmic themes, symbolizing his dreamy aura and artistic soul. Musicians composed piano pieces and lo-fi remixes inspired by his voice. Poets shared verses about his calm eyes and warm laughter. Entire fan teams produced short films, cinematic tributes portraying how Taehyung's music had healed them through depression, loss, and loneliness. Many fans described him as their muse. "When I paint, I think of Taehyung's gaze," wrote a 19-year-old artist from Turkey. "It's gentle, but it pierces your heart." On YouTube, fan edits with titles like "To Our Eternal Star, Kim Taehyung" and "The Artist Who Made the World Dream Again" collected millions of views. The world wasn't just watching, it was participating in an art movement born from love. Celebrities, brands, and media joined the festivities. By midday, the celebration had evolved beyond fandom. Celebrities began joining in. Korean actors, models, and even international musicians posted tributes. Luxury brands that had worked with Taehyung, like Celine, Cartier, and Louis Vuitton, subtly acknowledged the trend through curated posts. Cartier posted an image of their signature Panthère ring with the caption, "To the artist who embodies timeless elegance, happy Taehyung Day." Within minutes, the comments section exploded. Korean entertainment shows flashed segments about the celebration, calling it a new benchmark in fan culture. Even government tourism pages for Seoul highlighted Taehyung's global influence. A journalist from The Guardian described it perfectly. "In a time when online attention is fleeting, Taehyung commands permanence. 7.9 million uploads prove that connection, when genuine, can transcend borders." Hybe's silent reaction, shock behind the scenes. Inside Hybe's headquarters, the mood was reportedly one of awe. Though the company refrained from public statements, insiders revealed that executives were stunned by the organic scale of Taehyung's celebration. One anonymous source said, "We expected a large reaction, but not this. 7.9 million uploads in less than 24 hours? It's a phenomenon we can't manufacture." The silence from Hybe only fueled more discussion online. Fans debated whether the label underestimated Taehyung's individual impact or if it was a strategic move to let the fans' voice shine louder. Meanwhile, digital marketing analysts noted that Taehyung's individual brand power now rivaled entire entertainment agencies. Quote, "He's not just a member of BTS, he's an ecosystem on his own," end quote, one expert said. Taehyung's quiet response, one post that broke the internet. As the day reached its emotional peak, fans waited, hoping, wishing that Taehyung would notice. And then, at 9:12 p.m. KST, on his personal Instagram, a single photo of a blurry sunset, purple and gold streaks crossing the horizon. The caption read simply, "You make my days brighter." Nothing more. No hashtags, no mention of the event. But fans knew. Within seconds, the post hit 5 million likes, then 10, then 20. Comments flooded in with fans crying, "He saw us," and "Thank you for acknowledging our love." The emotional connection between artist and fandom reached its most tender point, silent yet deafeningly powerful. Even mainstream outlets like CNN Entertainment and BBC Asia reported on it, calling the moment a perfect reflection of mutual love between an artist and his global family. The meaning of 7.9 million, beyond numbers, it's devotion. By the next morning, the storm began to settle, but the meaning lingered. Experts describe the event as a new milestone in fan-led digital culture. Quote, "It's not about 7.9 million uploads, it's about how fans have turned digital spaces into emotional ecosystems. Taehyung inspires emotional artistry, not mere fandom," end quote, said sociologist Dr. Hwang Ng from Yonsei University. Online, fans reflected on what the celebration meant to them. Many spoke of how Taehyung's presence gave them peace, comfort, and courage during personal struggles. Others mentioned how his authenticity and warmth shaped their worldviews. For a generation raised in chaos, Kim Taehyung became a symbol of calm, a gentle reminder that art and kindness can coexist beautifully. From Seoul to Sao Paulo, the global impact of Kim Taehyung. The celebration transcended geography. Landmarks lit up in purple in cities like Manila, Dubai, and Paris. Cafes themed after Taehyung sold out within hours. Charity projects launched in his name raised millions for children's hospitals, animal shelters, and environmental causes. In Brazil, fans painted murals of him with the quote, "You are my winter, my calm." In Japan, orchestras performed slow dancing as a live tribute. In India, entire schools participated in art contests inspired by his music. Everywhere, people spoke the same emotional language, Taehyung's art. It wasn't just about fandom anymore, it was a global movement rooted in sincerity, beauty, and love. Legacy of love, why the world will remember this day. When history looks back on this day, it won't just see numbers, it will see the power of connection. 7.9 million uploads weren't made by bots, algorithms, or companies. They were made by hearts. Kim Taehyung has often been described as an artist who feels deeply. That emotion, transmitted through his music, visuals, and soul, returned to him multiplied 1,000,000 times over. In the silence of his sunset post, and in the noise of millions of voices shouting his name, one truth became clear. The world doesn't just admire Kim Taehyung, it loves him. As one fan perfectly tweeted, "We didn't celebrate a celebrity, we celebrated kindness, art, and the beauty of being human, embodied in Kim Taehyung." And that is why October 2025 will forever be remembered as the day the internet turned purple, for love, for art, and for Kim Taehyung.